What are self-soul traumas and how it manifests in real life? Self-soul traumas are deep wounds that affect the very core of who you are, your sense of self, your identity, and your connection to your inner essence or soul. Unlike situational traumas, like a car accident or a specific event, self-soul traumas often stem from prolonged experiences of neglect, abuse, invalidation, or abandonment, especially during formative years. These traumas can distort your relationship with yourself, others, and the world, creating patterns that manifest in various ways throughout your life. What causes self-soul trauma? Self-soul trauma often arises from experiences that undermine your sense of worth, safety, or belonging. Examples include childhood neglect or abandonment, feeling unseen, unheard, or unloved by caregivers. Emotional or psychological abuse, being constantly criticized, shamed, or manipulated. Spiritual or existential crises, losing faith, feeling disconnected from purpose, or experiencing a deep sense of meaninglessness. Cultural or societal oppression, being marginalized or invalidated due to race, gender, sexuality, or other aspects of identity. Betrayal or rejection, deep wounds from relationships where trust was broken. These experiences can fracture your sense of self, leaving you feeling disconnected from your true essence. How self-soul trauma manifests in real life. Self-soul trauma doesn't always show up in obvious ways. Instead, it often manifests as subtle but pervasive patterns in your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and relationships. Here are some common ways it might appear. 1. A fragmented sense of self-manifestation. You may feel like you don't truly know who you are or struggle to define your identity. You might feel like you're wearing a mask or constantly changing to fit others' expectations. Example, you find yourself saying, "I don't even know what I like or want anymore," or feeling like you're living someone else's life. 2. Chronic self-doubt and low self-worth manifestation. You may carry a deep-seated belief that you're not good enough, no matter what you achieve. This can lead to perfectionism, people-pleasing, or constantly seeking external validation. Example, you work tirelessly to prove your worth but still feel like an imposter or fear being found out. 3. Fear of abandonment or rejection manifestation. You may cling to relationships, even unhealthy ones, or avoid intimacy altogether to protect yourself from being hurt. Example, you stay in a toxic relationship because being alone feels unbearable, or you push people away before they can get too close. 4. Emotional numbness or overwhelm manifestation. You might feel disconnected from your emotions, as if you're living in a fog, or you might experience intense emotional outbursts that feel out of control. Example, you feel numb during situations that should evoke strong emotions, or you break down over seemingly small triggers. 5. Difficulty trusting yourself or others manifestation. You may second-guess your decisions, feel paralyzed by indecision, or struggle to trust others, even when they've shown themselves to be reliable. Example, you constantly seek advice from others because you don't trust your own judgment. 6. A sense of emptiness or disconnection manifestation. You may feel a persistent void inside, as if something is missing, even when everything in your life seems fine on the surface. Example, you achieve success in your career or relationships but still feel unfulfilled or disconnected from joy. 7. Repetition of painful patterns manifestation. You might find yourself in relationships or situations that mirror the dynamics of your past trauma, even when you consciously want something different. Example, you keep attracting partners who are emotionally unavailable, recreating the dynamic you experienced with a neglectful caregiver. 8. Spiritual disconnection manifestation. You may feel cut off from a sense of purpose, meaning, or connection to something greater than yourself. Example, you feel a deep sense of existential loneliness, even when surrounded by people. 9. Physical symptoms manifestation. Self-soul trauma can also show up in the body as chronic pain, fatigue, or illness, as the body holds on to unresolved emotional pain. Example, you experience unexplained headaches, stomach issues, or tension in your body, especially during times of stress. A final thought: self-soul trauma can feel like a shadow that follows you everywhere, but it doesn't have to define you. Healing is about reclaiming your light, the essence of who you are beneath the pain. It's a journey of coming home to yourself, one step at a time. And as you heal, you'll find that the cracks in your soul are where the light can finally shine through. Healing from old traumas is like embarking on a journey through a dense forest. At first, the path may feel overgrown and unclear, but with each step, you begin to carve out a way forward. It's not about forgetting the past or pretending it didn't happen, it's about finding a way to carry those experiences without letting them weigh you down. This journey is deeply personal, and it unfolds at its own pace. Here's how you might begin. 1. Acknowledge the shadows. The first step is to turn toward the pain even when every instinct tells you to look away. Trauma has a way of lingering in the corners of your mind, whispering doubts or fears. Acknowledging it doesn't mean you're dwelling on it, it means you're brave enough to say, "This happened, and it affected me." Writing in a journal, speaking to someone you trust, or simply sitting with your thoughts can help you begin to process what you've carried. 2. Seek a guide. You don't have to walk this path alone. A therapist or counselor can be like a guide, helping you navigate the terrain. They can offer tools and techniques like EMDR, CBT, or somatic therapy that help you untangle the knots of trauma. Therapy isn't about fixing something broken, it's about rediscovering the wholeness that was always there, even if it felt buried. 3. Be gentle with yourself. Healing isn't a race. There will be days when you feel strong and others when the weight feels unbearable. On those harder days, remind yourself that it's okay to struggle. Speak to yourself with kindness, as you would to a dear friend. "I'm doing my best," or "I'm allowed to take my time," can be powerful mantras when the road feels long. For let the emotions flow. Trauma often leaves emotions trapped inside, like water dammed up behind a wall. Finding ways to release them, whether through art, music, movement, or simply allowing yourself to cry, can be incredibly freeing. Mindfulness practices, like meditation or yoga, can help you stay present and reconnect with your body, which may have felt like a stranger for a long time. 5. Rewrite the story. Trauma can shape the way you see yourself and the world. It might whisper lies like, "I'm not safe," or "I'm not enough," but those are just stories, not truths. With time and support, you can rewrite them. Affirmations, therapy, and self-reflection can help you replace those old narratives with ones that empower you. "I am safe now, I am worthy, I am healing." 6. Build strong boundaries. As you heal, you'll learn to protect your energy. This might mean saying no to things that drain you, distancing yourself from toxic relationships, or creating space for yourself to breathe. Boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to a healthier, more balanced life. 7. Find your tribe. Healing doesn't happen in isolation. Surround yourself with people who see your strength, even when you can't see it yourself. Support groups, close friends, or even online communities can remind you that you're not alone. There's something profoundly healing about being understood. 8. Nurture your whole self. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. It's about tending to your mind, body, and spirit. Maybe it's a walk in nature, a warm bath, a nourishing meal, or simply resting when you're tired. These small acts of care are like seeds you plant, and over time, they grow into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. 9. Release the weight of guilt. Trauma often brings guilt or shame, even when it's not yours to carry. Letting go of that weight doesn't mean excusing what happened, it means freeing yourself from its grip. Forgiveness, whether for yourself or others, is a gift you give to your own heart. 10. Embrace joy. As you heal, you'll find moments of lightness breaking through, like sunlight filtering through the trees. Lean into those moments. Laugh, dance, create, and savor the small joys. Gratitude can be a powerful companion on this journey, reminding you of the beauty that still exists, even after pain. 11. Explore the spiritual. If it resonates with you, spirituality can be a source of profound healing. Whether through prayer, meditation, energy work, or simply connecting with something greater than yourself, these practices can help you find meaning and peace. 12. Trust the process. Healing isn't linear. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns. But with each step, you're moving forward. Celebrate the progress, no matter how small. You're not just surviving, you're reclaiming your life. A final thought: this journey isn't about erasing the past. It's about weaving those experiences into the fabric of who you are, in a way that no longer defines or controls you. You are not your trauma. You are so much more. A person of strength, resilience, and infinite worth. And as you walk this path, remember, you are not alone. There is hope, and there is light ahead.